guys, Eddie67716 here with my 14th tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you all the 1.14 blocks, and all the changes necessary to make my villager breeder that I showed you in the last tutorial completely effective. Okay, so first off, I need to show you all these new blocks. Now right here I have smokers, which are special furnaces, which are designed to be able to cook food very quickly. Now I've got here all the necessary blocks I'm going to need. So to make a smoker, you are going to need to put logs around here, one on each side, to make a smoker. Now, due to the new villager mechanics, villagers once bred and growing up, they will be unemployed, but they need a workplace block to turn them employed. Now, to get a butcher, you're going to need smokers to do this. Now, there are a bunch of other blocks necessarily, and one of these you're going to need is smooth stone, which I'm going to make now. And now, I need a bunch of librarians due to their special ability of their enchantments, so I'm going to need to make a bookshelf and a lectern, because lecterns are the working block for librarians. And to do that, you need to make smooth oak slabs, or any type of wood slab, at the bottom, with a bookshelf in the center, and along the top row, and that makes a lectern, which is the working block for librarians. So now I've got this furnace stuff. Now, if you want an armor smith, that is, you're going to need to make a, keep forgetting what they call, blast furnace. And to do that, you're going to need smooth stone, which I just made by smelting stone in one of the other furnaces. And then cover it iron in the shape of a helmet. And that gives you a blast furnace. Now, weapon workers, they need a grindstone, and to make a grindstone you need this plus 2 sticks plus wood to get a grindstone. And also you're going to need to make a few different type of crafting table blocks for them. A smithing table, which toolsmiths use, is made in the same way as a crafting table, but with iron along the top. Now, a cartographer needs I forgot what it's called, a cartographic table, which is made with wood in the shape of a crafting table, and paper on the top. Now, I'm not sure, one of the last blocks you need is a flickering table, which is made with flint along the top. Now, all these blocks have different uses. Like a smithing table makes it easier to work with certain tools. A grindstone allows you to repair and disenchant stuff. Now, a smoker allows you to cook food much quicker than a furnace. And a blast furnace allows you to cook minerals much quicker than you would be able to smelt them in another furnace. Cartographic tables are good for map design, so if I get my map and put it in here, I can add paper to increase the distance the map shows. And a flickering table is very useful for creating arrows and that type of stuff. Well, I'm not sure if it has a use yet. Okay, now for the wood blocks you're gonna need for your villagers. To get a fisherman villager, which is good for training fish stuff, you need to make a barrel, which is also a good storage device. Now, to make for farmer villagers, which are necessary for farming, you're gonna need to make a composter, which is made like this, with fences going upwards and a row of oak planks on the bottom. Now, a composter can do something pretty cool. If you have a bunch of plant-based materials that you don't need, you can fill them up in here until you filled up the whole thing, and voila! You have just created a bone meal. So that's the use of a composter. Now, the last few blocks you're gonna need are a loom. Now, a loom is used to make bangers, but is also the block that shepherd villagers need to be you need to get shepherd villagers. And lastly, I think you will need stone cutters, which are made by stone along the bottom with iron in the middle. Now, I wonder what happens if you walk on it. Look! No hands! I'm not getting sawn in half or anything because this game is so unrealistic! Now, you want to know what most of these blocks are good for, right? So, a stone cutter you can use to turn stone into anything you need to be able to. And not really much useful compared to a crafting table. And a barrel, I'm presuming you use it to store items like you would a chest. Like so. So I found out that the smithing table literally has no use at all. It hasn't been coded yet. So you gotta find a new thing to do. So they're gonna have to implement that in a new upgrade. So I'm guessing if I put my pick here and my another pick, I can repair it. Can you do that with iron too? Nope. It's pitiful. Because everyone knows if you have an anvil, you can repair your axe with iron, or just craft them two together. So most of these blocks seem to be pretty useless. But I'm glad about the smokers and the blast furnaces, because they make smelting food and minerals much better respectively. So at least those items have usage. Now the priests, they need to have access to brewing stands, which as you know is stone along the bottom and a blaze rod in the middle, and these which are made by iron in the shape of a U in the crafting table. So now I'm going to show you my what I had to do to the villager place to make it up to 1.14. Now, they've changed all the rules. You used to rely on you need 3 doors for every villager. Now you need 3 beds for every villager. So, this is the setup I've had to do to change everything. So I've added an extra block of space with the cobblestone, and I've added 2 beds for the villagers to sleep in, because now villagers can sleep in beds to heal themselves. So I've got the lecterns here for librarians, I've got the smithing table for an armor smith, I've got the keep forgetting what it's called, grindstones for a weaponsmith, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lecterns for librarians, 4 composters for 4 farmers, and I've also created a lantern, which is a new block, which unlike a torch, gives slightly more light, which I'll show you how to craft in a minute. As you can see, due to my complete upgrades, oh, I forgot to show you what the real upgrade I had to do was. Because it's changed from doors to beds, I've had to place all of these up here. Yes, that's what's required to get villagers to breed now. So to make a lantern, you're gonna need iron nuggets, and all you gotta do is surround the outside and put a torch in there to get a lantern, which I used to use glowing stone blocks on my ceiling, but I've replaced them with lanterns because they just look better. As you can see, these are the lanterns which used to be where glowstone is, but the lanterns, they look 8 times better because it makes my house look, well, more robust, like a real cabin would, unlike glowstone, which makes it just look weird, frankly. Okay, so I've just bred and butchered some of my animals, and I've got here an experiment to show you. I'm going to put half of my beef in the... No, I'm going to put half my beef in this smoker, and the other half in this furnace. So I've split it into ting. So I'm going to put the group of ting in the smoker, and the group of 9 in the furnace. And as you're going to watch, you can see that the steak rate is a bit quicker than the rate in the furnace, which is almost twice as rate is twice as fast in the smoker. So really, furnaces are outdated for food due to the efficiency of a smoker being so much faster. So at least some of the blocks have good functionality, but some of them, like this smithing thing, the grindstone, and the Flickering Table, they seem useless, don't do anything. Add functionality, Mojang! You might be wondering why I'm in this field of poppies. Well, the answer's completely simple. To remember the Anzacs, the Australian and New Zealand Army Corps that perished within the first 2 wars. Lest we forget. Not really. The real reason I'm here, of course I need to pay respect to the Corps, is because I need a bunch of different coloured flowers so I can show you how the loom works. Because you can use it to make bangers, which are a very decorative block, which don't really serve too much purpose, but are pretty useful when it comes to colouring and making your world look decorative. So I'll take some of these flowers back home and show you. While picking flowers, I've come across a skeleton. So, how dare you tramp on my flowers! You tramp on my flowers, you die! There. No one tramps these flowers. Because I need them to make my emblem on a banger. Okay, and now, how would one get home? I know. I'm going to take the tree route. I'm going to go tree hunting. Yes! This way is so much quicker! I can jump along the trees, Tarzan style! Made it. Well, what are you looking at? It's not like I just did something embarrassing, is it? Get along. Scoot. Okay, so I found all the necessary ingredients I need. So I'm going to make a banger, which is made with wood along the side. I'll try colouring the wool first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And can you make a banger like so? Yep, that's right, because I need a red banger, because it's completely mandatory. So now I'm going to put my banger here, and put my colouring in here, and I'm going to make the following pattern. I'm going to make a line along the middle, and I'm going to make a line along the left, and I'm going to make a tooth pattern along the top, and a tooth pattern along the bottom, and as you can just see, I have built my Minecraft emblem, as you can see on the front of my shirt. If I remove my armor, there's my E's emblem, and I've, well, just built it. So yeah, that's one useful thing you can do with bangers. Oh look, the water is polluted. So I've decided to show you guys how to go anywhere you want by walking only 8 times the distance. So I'm gonna need enough obsidian to make a Nether Portal, that being 10 blocks. And then I'm going to show you a very mathematical method, which, if you're super sick of maths and would rather travel 8 times the distance, be my guest. But if you are willing to do the maths, there is going to be a way you can travel anywhere you want while only walking only 1/8 of the distance. So I'm going to go back to the Nether, and I'm going to build a Nether Portal on top of bedrock. So, if you get above bedrock, you are able to travel quite quickly, and you can like put minecarts above there, and you don't have to worry about pigment ghasts, lava, blazes, or any other formalities like that. So what you're going to need are 2 minecarts and 2 pieces of track, and some cobblestone, obsidian, and of course flint and steel. So now I'm going to go to the Nether, and I'm going to show you guys what you're going to need to do to get above the bedrock. Oh wait, I completely forgot you're going to need a ton of ladders. Because to get above the Nether, you need heaps of ladders. Heaps. So here I've got a ton of ladders, so hopefully this is going to be enough. I'll meet you guys in the Nether. So here I am, back in the Nether, the landscape that is as red as you ever would not wish it to be. So, my plan is going to be to build a ladder up towards bedrock. So you're going to need to find some sort of firm location like this, and start building hoping that the ghasts don't try to foil your plan, because ghasts, as you well know, always like to breathe fire on you. Well, I'm messing up my own plan. So, this is going to take quite a short amount of time thanks to my pick having efficiency 2, but I'll meet you at the bedrock. Okay, so I've built my ladder over there, and I've reached bedrock layer. But I forgot that I need to take the X and Z coordinates of this block. So press F3, or function F3 if you have a Mac, and you need to go on top of your portal and look for your coordinates, as they are, here mine are -25 and -1. So you need to know these, because you need to know where to build your portal above the bedrock so that it commutes with this one. So you go through that, you go exactly to your other portal, which will serve as your main portal. So, small tip, when you need XP, mine this stuff. This stuff gives you heaps of XP. So, as you can see, it's filling my XP thing quite quickly. And quartz is also a good building resource, and you need it to build redstone comparators anyway. See you at the top. I found this is what you need to look for when building up to bedrock. You need to look for the highest bedrock, and it has to be 4 blocks high. So that's 1, this is 2, that's 3, this is 4. So the 5th bedrock layer is the layer you need to get through, because if you try too low, you'll suffocate and die. Now, it's best to do this when you don't have much stuff in it, because this is a very convoluted method. What you gotta do is shift, and you gotta try to... It's a very tricky method, but you gotta try to get into your minecart, jump in above, and place track. Well, this seems to be trickier than I first anticipated. Oh great, don't tell me they made it harder. So this is a complete waste of footage. But never let it be said that it can't be done. I'm gonna try, and hopefully... Got an idea, I'll come back later. I was wandering along my bed near the village, and look who got in my bed, it's a villager. Well... Minecraft has changed a lot in the past day. And I mean day. Oh well, I guess I'll just get a ride home. Up, and away! There we go! I was looking for Enderman, but I couldn't scavenge, so I'm gonna have to use Plan X. Now, promise me you will only use this in emergencies. Will you do it? I take that as a no, but if you open to Lang and allow cheats on, I can give... Did I do this right? 1 second. If I open this to Lang and allow cheats, I can give myself Ender Pearls, but this is only because I couldn't find no Enderman. Actually, you know, a better idea, I'm just gonna go to the place and destroy it in creative mode. Okay, I've got a hold of ender pearls through unscrupulous means, and I'm gonna see if it allows me to get through, which it doesn't, so I'm just gonna have to go do plan X, using opening to land to cheat, but I'm only gonna cheat to do this, which is fine, and there. So now I can always travel where I need to quickly with no thing of gas. Okay, I've opened my wheel back up to land, so I'm going to put it back into survival. So now I should be able to go back in when I log out and log back in. Everything will go back to normal and there'll be no cheats enabled. Okay, so I found the coordinates of my location, of my portal location. So now all I'm gonna have to do is build another portal here. Oh wait, oops, forgot to put cobblestone at the corners. So I just gotta build another portal, and that will give me a new place. So unfortunately, you now can't get above the Nether without cheating, like I just was forced to doing. But still, if you use cheating in some ways, you can get away with it. Like, I'm not using it for item duplication, I'm just using it to make life slightly easier. Okay, so I'm doing unscrupulous modes, but here I built the Nether Portal, and once I go back home, that will be it. Okay, so I've just got one last thing that I need to do, and that's get rid of these ender pearls since I used unscrupulous methods, and there, I'm clean. Nothing to report, nothing wrong, no, I didn't cheat, so this is it. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you like this tutorial, please make sure to leave a like. And if you're new to this channel, you can consider subscribing, and you can ring the bell to receive notifications on my videos, and goodbye!